Hi Hazel class, hope you're all well. This week for art you're going to be creating your very own story setting painting, just like the one you've been describing in literacy from the journey book. So you've been describing the setting of the little girl coming through the door into the forest and describing the sparkling lights and the river and the trees. And that's the setting, you're describing the setting. So I want you to be thinking of your very own setting. It could be a forest setting like this one, or it could be somewhere completely different. You could be coming through the door and you could be coming into a completely different world. Something like possibly a desert with lots of cactus, or it could be a castle like this one. You come through and see a magical castle like that, or it could be a beach with a palm tree. You could be landing on a beach somewhere coming through the door, and it could be a beautiful area like that, or it could be an underwater setting like this one. It could have lots of fish or different things going on. So there are lots of different things you can choose from. They're just some ideas that I've come up with there. So with your painting, what I'd really like you to do is to draw the little girl coming through the door like I've done here in my sketchbook. And then, using the technique from last week that we learnt, lots of water on the page, inspired by the artist Emma Larson. Lots of water. I've got a big paintbrush here I'm going to use, and I'm going to spread lots of water across my page, going around the little girl there. And I am going to create an underwater scene, I think. I think she's going to come through and she's going to come into an underwater kingdom. So I've put lots of water on the page, and then I'm going to give it, I've got my palette of colours here, I'm going to give it a kind of light blue, I think, a light blue. I'm going to mix a bit of blue with the white to make a lighter blue colour, and I'm just going to wash that colour all over to give it a bit of a background colour there, and then that's showing that we're under the water with that nice blue colour. I'm just going to go around the girl. You don't have to go over her, that's fine. Like that. Might put a little bit of darker blue in patches. Add a bit more water. Like that. Okay. I might even swirl it a bit. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to think, what do I want to have in my setting? Now I might have an underwater castle, or some fish, or you might want some seaweed or different creatures, any creatures that you want to think of, really. It's your creation. So I'm going to go for some green fish. Now, just as before, with that Emma Larson technique, I'm going to with that blending of the colours, I'm just going to use the tip of my brush and I'm going to daub on some green splodges like this. I'm going to get some more water like that, and then I'm going to try and create that into like a shoal of fish. So I'm going to use a smaller brush, get a smaller brush, and I'm going to get the red, and I'm going to daub a little eye on each of my green splodges. Hopefully my little green splodges will start coming to life. And then I'm going to give them some tails fanning out with the darker blue, I think. I'm gonna go around the top of it and just come out like that, making them look like they're whizzing along in the water. So I'm creating my own little shoal of fish here under the water. And you, I'm sure, will come up with some of your own ideas of what setting you would like to create using this technique with lots of water. And when you come back to school next week, we can always try this technique together as a whole class. That would be really nice. So I've got my fishes going on there. Let's lift that up and you can see that's my little shoal of fish. And then I might decide to go for maybe an underwater castle or something, maybe on a rock, something like that. So I might have, I'm going to use the green. Actually, I'm going to use some orange. Let's get some orange. And I'm going to do a bit of kind of rocks thing here. And then I'm going to use the dark blue and I'm going to do kind of fairy tale castle. And I'm not pressing too hard. I want that water to take my paint. I'm just going to drag that down. And I'm going to do another turret there in the background. And it can look nice and abstract. That means you don't have to tell exactly what it is. Just get an idea that there is a castle there in the background. I might just leave it like that. And then I'm going to do maybe some seaweed, some dark seaweed coming up and around my castle, surrounded by all this very large seaweed. I'm just dabbing it on, and if you want more water to blend that paint in, you can. And this is me creating my setting of what I want the little girl to be coming through the door, what I want her to be walking into. And you can add and create as you like. And I'm going to put some little dobs of, little splashes of yellow light coming through the seaweed, making it look quite mysterious, magical. Okay, now I'd like you to get as creative as you like. I'll put all of these pictures up online for you on your homework page for you to look at, or on your class page. And I hope that you enjoy creating a setting picture using the Emma Larson technique as I have here, and I really look forward to seeing your work. Everything you'll need to know about art for this week is going to be on your class page. Enjoy!